What is the recipe for a successful relationship in Hollywood?
You got drugs, I think. A lot of drugs and drinking and smoking and pass out, and then you don't fight. That's at least what I've heard. It's sort of the the Virginia Woolf kind of theory of relationships that I think works really well. It was worked for me, clearly.
Did you ever get your heart broken, and how did you get
Sure.
over it?
You know, I got over it by the drugs and the drinking and the smoking mostly. Sure, yeah, of course you have. Have you? You ever gotten your heart broken?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, what do you, everybody has. Stan broke my heart today.
Oh.
That was a whole other thing.
So how do you manage to direct and act? Do you jump back and forth? And
You jump back and forth. You know, you just do it. You jump in. You know, it is funny to be wearing a helmet and be completely covered in mud and be standing behind the camera. You know, it's a pretty interesting thing. But you just run back and forth. That's all you do. It's it requires a lot of energy.
And is that how you pick the project? Something that you think you can direct and act, or?
Well, I don't, in general, I wasn't looking to, like Good Night, Good Luck or Confessions, I wasn't really looking to act in those. But I did small parts in them. This one I knew I was going to play the lead, and I won't do that again. You know, playing the lead and directing it's a little bit too much work at the end of the day, because you're juggling too many cats at the time, you know.
There was a lot of, it reminded of slapstick. Are you like a big fan of that?
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
genre?
I love the filmmakers of the 30s and 40s that did it really well. Preston Sturges, Howard Hawks, George Stevens, that really sort of showed people, you know, falling on their face and getting pies in their face and getting punched in the nose. Mm-hmm. Those kind of things always make me laugh.
You're also very politically, you're very active. Is it fun to have power? How does it feel?
You know, you never know what power is, because anytime you think you're powerful and then you go in a room and you say, well, let's try and get something done, and nothing happens, you realize how actually you have absolutely no power at all. In the industry, it's fun because right now I can get a movie made, and that feels nice. But as you well know, that lasts for about a few years, and then they take all the toys away, you know. 2 flops in a row, and they don't let you make the films you want to make. So, you know, it's all relative, and you just have to understand it. It's fleeting, and just use it as best you can.
And how come we haven't solved the problem of world hunger yet?
Yeah, well, that's one we got to solve. That's you know, Bono's been big on that one and has taken such great steps and made such a big deal on it. Mine is trickier because we've decided to focus on Darfur, and we haven't had much success really. We've had a lot of success in bringing attention to it, but that sort of makes it even feel worse that we know what's going on and we're not really getting much done.
And would you have had any alternative plan if the acting wouldn't have worked out?
Yeah, no, I would have been in big trouble if it hadn't worked out. I have no idea what I would have done. You know, it would have been something, you know, I would have been selling insurance. I was actually selling insurance door to door when I decided to move to LA to be an actor. So it'd probably been insurance or something like that. I have no idea. I hadn't finished my education. I didn't finish college. So with any luck, I would have gone back and finished college, but you never know, you know, what I would have done.
And one more is
Sure.
there a question that we can answer for you? Because we have a show like that. So you ask a question.
Oh, I asked you a question?
Yeah. Is there one you want to?
Wow, it's a tremendous amount of pressure now.
You can ask a lot of them.
Yeah, I can see that. I got to think of, you know, a really good question then to ask. I don't know. I can't even think of it. How tall are you?
No, it's got to be longer than that.
I don't know.
6'3". Yeah.
I'm no good at asking questions. You know me. I'm the worst at it.
Just like, okay.
I'm the